The fishing village of Modtanoi is located in southern Thailand in Trang province along the coast of the Andaman Sea. About 300 Islamic fisher families live here in this picture-perfect landscape, with women and men sharing the responsibility of making a living from the marine coastal environment. The knowledge of earning a livelihood from the sea has been hard-earned over the years and passed down from generation to generation. The work roles of the men and women of the village have been defined over generations too. Men typically go out to sea in their fast long-tail boats, powered by cleverly modified automobile engines. Depending on the season, they catch fish, shrimp, squid or crab. The women of Modtanoi, on the other hand, stay home to take care of the children, cook and help the men when they return from the sea. Women clear the nets of fish and crab and then bring the catch to the local fish merchant to be sold. The crabs are sorted by size and then weighed. The fish merchant pays by the kilo, with the price of gasoline and rent on the fishing gear usually deducted from the total amount. At least twice a month during low tide, the fisherwomen of Modtanoi have access to another important source of food and additional income. Here on the mud flats of Nook Island, they can glean many kinds of shells. But these fisherfolk need help so they can have a voice to participate with local government and other stakeholders to ensure that the coastal resources they depend on are managed sustainably. This help is being provided by a multi-partner project for mangroves for the future, implemented by the Sustainable Development Foundation.
Then mainly the person who are coming in this area are women, especially those who don't have fishing gears and then have little choice to go out to the sea because they don't have boat. So coming here, they pay for the gasolines and then they use their labor and then they can currently getting resources.
The gleaners on Nook Island have about a 4 to 5 hour window to collect as much as they can before the tide comes in. Recognizing that future gleaning depends on a healthy shell population, they have an unwritten law amongst themselves to take only the bigger shells.
They are not really certain whether every day they go out to the sea they would get enough for what they need. That's why they think it is important for them to look after the sea, because to have good ecosystem and environment would ensure their food, will ensure their security of the family better than just only trying to get everything.
The fishers also collect a type of oyster growing in the nearby mangroves, which are consumed as food or sold in the local market for extra income.
Usually when they cannot go out and get fish from the open sea, they come to this mangrove forest where it is the community forest and collect this oyster. The local language of this shell is titi. It is similar to oyster, but then the native oyster. Some family, they collect a lot and then sell. But some family, mostly those who are come and collect this shell are women. They get it for their food.
For many of the older gleaners of Modtanoi, the work roles between men and women have not changed all that much since their youth.
ทำปนั้นคูดหมายมั่งคูดหมายลุมท่านนั่นแต่เล็กนี่แต่ก็ใส่เคนท่านแต่ก็อาชีพปนี้นั่นแหละอาชีพประมงปนี้เนี่ยเดี๋ยวห้าผูห้าห้อยกินออกอะไรเราคนนี้กะออกเบิกคำคนชายยั่งนั่นแหละพอคนชายไม่ก็เดี๋ยวทำอาชีพปนี้
ไม่เป็นไรป้าพูดเลยตามที่ป้าเข้าใจ My question is to look into the working load of men and women, whether it is the same or different. And she said that actually the men work harder than women.
มันคนยิ่งเลยไม่ทำงานก็แป๊กกันมีหรอก
And
คนจ่ายนั่นกลมนักว่าอยู่เลย
the role of women do somehow soft work, but then for the man they work hard work. แล้วที่ผู้หญิงทำงานทั้งวันเนี่ยไอ้นี่เขาเรียกว่าทำงานไหม
ทำงาน
อยู่บ้านเนี่ยเรียกงานไหม
งานมันก็เรียกต่องานก็แป๊กในบ้าน
อ๋อ okay. I asked her whether when women work at home do you consider as work? She said tok tak work. Tok tak is somehow like an expression of easy, something like that. Not so important work.
Though some fisherwomen may not necessarily see their work as true work, the traditional way of life in Modtanoi, with its very distinct work roles, is rapidly changing. As the coast becomes more pressured from increased development and environmental change, women and men are being forced to share roles and responsibilities simply as a matter of survival.
Most of the people, when we talk about gender, they just think of women voice out and then the man would be behind, and they don't understand really what is the concept of gender. It is the understanding of both men and women working in the family, how they can helping, supporting each other to value their existence as fishing community. The future of Modtanoi will be both in men, women, and the younger generation.
As the village of Modtanoi evolves into the future, only by working together will the community be able to manage the coastal resources they have depended on for so long.